Hello everyone, in this movie I will show you how to replace the exhaust manifold. So the reason why I'm replacing it is that I got odd sound on the engine which sound like a false air. Also, one of the viewers suggested in the comments that this part might be broken because originally this part is very light, it's not very durable, so over the time it can start leaking and then you basically have number of problems on the engine. So my issue which I have is that there is a sound which sounds like a false air running out of the right side of the engine, like left side if you're looking from the front of the car, and basically when I'm accelerating I'm not getting full power straight away, so it looks like car is building up the power and then it's kicking, so it's not like it's going straight away. So definitely there is some leakage somewhere in the system. I hope that this is this part. Now I tried to replace this before and I did damage one of those screws. Basically there is an option to remove this part without removing of the fuel injectors, but you are very limited with the space, so you have to be careful which tools you are using. They have to be proper length. If they will be too short or too long, then you might not move it correctly and then you will damage one of these screws. So what I will do in this movie, I will show you into the steps where you can remove this without removing the fuel injectors. Sadly, in my case, I will have to remove the fuel injectors, so I will show the whole thing because one of these screws is damaged and I do know that without removing other parts I will not access that. So anyway, listen to the sound of the engine which I recorded, and this might apply to you as well. So if you have the same issue, then definitely this is one of the ways how you can try to address this. Hopefully this will be the problem in my case. So anyway, so yeah, the other thing, sorry, this is gonna take some time. If you're gonna work on it, you have to have something like at least 2 hours, just in case if you know, because the thing is that with me I was rushing out. This is a winter time at the moment, and this is one of the reasons why the screw was damaged. I just wanted to wrap it up and finish. So don't rush with this job, definitely don't rush, because you can create more work for yourself. So anyway, so let's do it. So this is the left side of the engine. I hope you can hear the sound. It's like a false air running out. And also when I'm accelerating, sometimes there is a bit of smoke coming out from here, so definitely there is some leakage. So first we need to remove the cabin filters. So it's gonna be untightening this, then there should be holder here, so you have to move this up. I got this already. Disconnect the sensor and then this part will come off. It is exactly on the other side, so you're releasing this, you're untightening this one, then you're lifting this up. Then we have to release this. So to do that, there is this, we have to pull it and then push it out. It's not easy to do this with one hand, but I did it. Then we have to remove, untighten this one, that one, the other one, and there is a screw here. In my case, the screw is missing, sadly. On other end, you're doing the same. This one, and that one, and then you untightening this screw. Again, is missing, and then you can leave this part. Sorry, before you're gonna leave this part, you also have to remove this. So there is a wheel holder on this end, and then exactly the same on the other end, and then you can leave this one. With the key E12, which looks like that, you remove this screw, that one, and that one, and this will remove the frame holder. Next step will be to remove the engine cover. So this is this screw, that one, that one, that one, that one, then also the one on the back, which is this one and that one, and this will leave those two parts. With the engine cover gone, we have to remove the side of the engine filter. So you have to remove this screw, that one, and this will come off. So with this part gone, we have to remove this one. So there is a screw here, and this is not a screw, so we need to remove this screw, and then this should release this. Now the next step will be to remove the cover for the filter. So we have to remove. I don't think you can remove it actually. This is gonna just come to the point where it's gonna be locked. So this screw, that one, then that one, that one. There is one more over there. There. If you can see it. Now with the screws loose, you have to remove the oil. Yeah, and then remove this part. And afterwards, you have to put this back, just in case if there will be any rain or anything. You don't want this to be inside of your container for oil. Next step is to remove the engine filter. So you're just lifting this up and then taking it away. Next step will be to remove this screw, and there is another one across. So those two, they will have to be removed. After you got them loose, you can pull it on the back and then just remove it. So this is how it looks like. It is secured by this and by that. So when you pull it out, just remove it. Next step will be to untie this screw, which goes to turbo. This is a hose which goes there. So after untying it, you will be capable of releasing the other end, because this is just like slide in, slide out. So you just will have to first untie the screw, and I will show you. So this is what I meant. When you untie this screw, then you can slide this out and disconnect this. Then after disconnecting this, we have to put something inside of the turbo, just in case if there will be any rain or small things, like for example screw. You don't want this to end up in the turbo. So what we need to do is just add the like plastic bag on top of it, just seal this with the strap, or maybe put the glove on top of it, something like that, just to secure it. So with them gone, this part, you're just pushing it in, or on the bottom there is a clip which you can get to release. But basically that's very easy to remove. You're just pushing in and out, and this is how it's secure. So here the part over there is going between, and here this is security. So with this gone, we got access to 3 screws on the top of the manifold. You can see here, here and there. And sadly, basically this is where you possibly can remove it. This is where I started to place the tool under this to access the screws which are on the side, and also I did remove those from the top. But like I said, on this side, on this end, when I was trying to remove the screws and I was placing the tool here, I didn't have enough space, and sadly I rounded the screw. So if you want to take a chance, then from this point you should be able to get access from this side, so you can place the tool, 1 screw on the top, 1 below. If you see the movie further, then you see exactly what are the positions for those screws. But sadly now I will have to go with removing of the fuel injectors and everything else. So let's do it. So the first will be to release this, remove this screw and that one. Also, to be honest, at this point we can disconnect the engine wire loop. So you're lifting this up and then pulling it out, and you're doing exactly the same for all of them. Because they got like fixed length, it should be easy for you to put them in the same location. The good idea is, maybe if you're not sure, just to take a photo before you will take it off. Like with some of the parts, if you are not sure how they should be put back, take the photo of the engine and then it will make your life much easier. Next step will be to leave this one. Come on, yeah. And then remove 4 screws. This one, that one, 1 below, and there is another one on other end. So with this loose, now we have to untie this screw, that one, 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 and that one. And afterwards there are another one which are here. Those we have to remove. and they are in every single hole. So this is gonna be like 6. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe 5. No, definitely there is 6 or even 7. There is one screw on the end, like behind the sensor over there, and another one here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 7. Sorry, 7. So there is 7 of them. Now, with those screws loose and those gone, you can disconnect the sensor, which is located over here. So this is just a matter of pressing it up and then pulling it out. And with that, there is also on the back the high pressure, which is this one. Oh, in my case it's damaged. Yeah, I will need to replace it as well. So that's a good idea to actually inspect everything when you're working on it, because you might find parts like this one which are actually damaged. There was also one more sensor here, which is this one. So you have to again squeeze it, like this metal bit on the top, and this will release it. So to remove this part, you have to squeeze this sensor, the other one which is on the bottom, then remove the screw from the bagnet for checking the oil, and also high pressure cable which goes to the back. And in my case, I will have to replace this one. There is one more sensor which you have to disconnect, so there's gonna be this one. So again, you're pressing the button, which I don't have, but you should. So you're pressing this button and pulling it out. Now with those buttons gone, we have to disconnect those. So we'll have to untighten all of them. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have to remove those screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And with them gone, I don't remember which one we have to make loose, but first let's untie those, remove those, and let's see. Now to remove this rail, we have to disconnect the third one. So it's like the first, the second, and the third. So you're untying this one, and this will allow you to put this on side. Now with this on side, the next step will be to remove the holders for the fuel injectors. So it's gonna be 2 on each side. Now it's time for fuel injectors. So what I'm doing, but again, I've done this job a number of times, so my fuel injector is coming off easily. So I'm placing the flat screwdriver here and just gently pushing this up, and my one's coming off. I don't know, I know that they are tools for removing of the fuel injectors. If you're stuck, you will have to buy yourself this one of those tools. Now, if you will manage to remove them easily, then what I'm doing, I don't disconnect any pipes or anything, because they have to go back in the same order as they come out. If not, then you will have to program them. So as you can see, the pipe is here, is fixed. I don't disconnect this, so easily I can put all of them back in the same order. So yeah, so the next step is take out the fuel injectors. So with fuel injectors removed, now we have to remove the screw, which is this one, that 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 one. There should be another one on the other side, I think. So that there's here, there is there, there. So all of them we have to take out. So okay, so those we have to remove as well. And to do that, you will need key 10. But it's gonna be the bigger one, you see? It's like longer, because basically you have to reach this. So yeah. So one more time, you have to untie this one, that 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 one. There are 2 on the back. That one, that one, and that one. Then that one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. And then you have to untie those. They're not gonna come out, they're just gonna be loose. And with all of those gone, we can take it out. So guys, now with all of it gone, we can access this part. So you can see that this is completely covered by smoke. So the screws that we will need to remove is gonna be 8 on the top. So it's this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Sorry, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, 6 on the top. There will be 6 on the bottom. There are 2 over here, and you will need to have key like this. This is a size 12. but need to look like that. And this will go over here. So they are 3 screws that we will need to take out. So as I mentioned, one of the screws stuck and I damaged the thread on it. So if you will end up in the same situation like me, then I use the key 3.8 and I had to use the hammer to just bang this in and then remove it. So if you'll have the same situation, then this is one of the ways how you can pull it out. So in the end you will end up with something like that. So you can replace the sealant, O-rings, it's more like O-ring, it's metal O-rings, gaskets, probably that's the word. So anyway, you have to replace them. You have to replace this one as well, put the new one, and put everything back together. So this is just reverse steps to put it back, so I'm not gonna record how to do it because that's kind of, you know, self-explaining. But anyway, what else I wanted to say? If by any chances you remove any of those, same as me, then you should have spare in the set. Don't buy the set without them, because if you will have sadly same situation as me, where you put in the screw, and as you can see, the screw come out with that, or here, then basically you might have some problems with taking this off. So order the set with them already on it, so it's gonna be much easier. So this is the old part. If you can see, the hole is over there. So this is where I had the leakage. You should see it. So with replacement, the new part, it makes the engine sound quiet. I will show you this just now. So guys, I hope that this movie is useful, also that you've managed to hear the sound of the false air when I was describing the issue, and then afterwards when you can hear the sound is gone. As you can see, you can remove all those parts without removing the fuel injectors, but it's gonna be quite complex task. Definitely you need right tools with the right length. Also you will need magnet, because when you will be removing the top bolts that hold the exhaust manifold, basically you will have to put first untie the bolt, then put the magnet from the through the filter holder and just leave them up. In other case they might fall somewhere and it's gonna be pretty odd to remove them, because you know yourself there is not much space over there. So definitely you can do that, but it's gonna be harder. So I would do recommend to remove everything as I did, but it depends from you. If you cannot do this because fuel injector is stuck, then there is other way, as I explained. But definitely you will need to reserve some amount of time for this job, because it's pretty time consuming. Also the screws, which are the nuts actually, which are on the side of the manifold, basically they are pretty fragile. So if you'll put the tool in the wrong way and you will try to untie them, you can easily round the nut, same as I did, and then it's much more work to fix it. So keep in mind that you have to have the right tool, the proper grip, and then untie it. So anyway, I hope that this will help you to solve your issue. As always, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I wish you a good day.